So this is the first of a few parks that we're going to see today. It's literally a 5-minute walk from home. So this place is called the Bowl Hills, and I can already see the Peak District from here. We've got Damflass Reservoir, we've got some of the rock formations in the distance, all the moorland over there. So I am going to be camping today, but I'm going to be leaving the car at home, no public transport. We're going to be walking from the front door all the way to the Peak District. Leave no trace. So I'm just over 2 miles into the walk, and if my internal compass is right, we should be approaching another park which is steeped in history. No need for GPS. So this is the port of Brook Valley, and this area is steeped in history. So back in the 18th century there were up to 20 mills in this area along the stream. They built a series of dams that would power water wheels, that would power cogs and wheels to drive belts that were used in the making of cutlery, hand tools and other things out of metal. So this mill is called the Shepherd Wheel, and it dates back as far as the 16th century, and it was still churning knives and tools out right up until the 1930s. And back in 2011 it was fully restored and is now a working museum. I remember saying to Joe when we met that I would never ever move to a city. We're still in Sheffield and I love it here. I have never felt more at home. Just spotted a huge heron. Get ready. Look at the wingspan on that. Beautiful looking bird. It must mean there's some fish in the brook to keep its belly full. Sausage roll and coffee time, I think. Hot sausage rolls, hot sausage rolls. Highly recommended. It's a little bit muddy. I brought my trail runners today. No seal skins either. So ideally, I'm going to avoid all the mud and puddles today. I think we're finally getting a bit of spring. Temperature's a little bit milder. We're getting a few flowers popping through. The brook's starting to get quite narrow, along with the path, but the views are starting to open up in front. This is gorgeous. I can't believe it's a walk from my front door. What a lovely little section this is. Let's have a quick check. Small section on road. It's only 100 yards. Wow. Little look back at home. It's the school holidays. I bet they're queuing up on the top of Mam Tor for selfies and stuff, but just a long stone's throw away in the Peak District. I'm all alone. I had to put a coat on. That wind's quite chilly. One of them games. Ooh. A more familiar kind of landscape now. Open moorland. Might just be able to pick out Red Myers Reservoir there. And a squelch fest. It's looking gorgeous today. You get a better view of the reservoirs from here. So there's 3 of them all together. The upper, middle, and you guessed it, the lower. And they're built between 1830s to 1850s. To water the growing population of Sheffield. And these big puddles are fed from all the little streams from the Hallam Moors. Yeah, running water is one of those things that I know I take it for granted. Speaking of water, I wish I bought me wellies. I'll be glad when we get on a decent dry path. This is a very welcomed bit of track, much better than back there, although I'm still doing a fair bit of squelching and my feet are wet through. So we've reached the Stanage pole. So there's been a pole here now for several hundred years, and it marks the boundary from where I am now in South Yorkshire to where I am now in Derbyshire. And apparently a pole here also marked the ancient boundaries of Mercia and Northumbria. There was also a way marker on an old packhorse track called the Long Causeway. Anyway, the Stanage pole. This is the money shot. Stanage Edge, plenty of people, climbers down there. I'll somehow make my way down. I'm hoping there's a path just ahead. Could just camp up here. I think I've dropped lucky with the weather again today, although it's a little bit chilly. Best day in ages. Some nice colours in the sky. It's dry, apart from this river that's running down my path. A lot of wind. It's been awesome. So Stanage Edge is a gritstone escarpment. This was formed as part of a riverbed about 350 million years ago when I was a lad. And there is evidence of man living around here since the Middle Stone Age, Mesolithic times. And in more recent times, well, the last 2,000 years, they've been using this gritstone for milling, grinding. Fascinating place. That's a bigger step than Neil Armstrong's. Right, let's see if I can get somewhere to pitch the tent. I'm not booked, but it looks like there's plenty of spots available. As you can see, I'm not wild camping today. This is more of a test of some gear. Got a big multi-day trip coming up in first week of May, thereabouts. Right, wish me luck. Winner, we're in. £10 for the night. Little tiny shop, they ain't got very much, but I've got a Kit Kat and a bottle of Coke. Apparently it's a bit boggy though. Can't be any worse than up on the moors. Right, let's get pitched up. So I've done 11 miles. The bag's comfortable anyway. The pack's made by G-Packs. Altavia, I think it's called, 48 litres. I'll just switch spots. A little bit less muddy there, and I'm right next to a table. There we go, home for the night. Ready for sit down. Although I don't like proper Coke. Feel it eating your teeth. Beggars can't be choosers, can they? Something else getting smaller. Right, so I've got a new Flextail R5 sleeping pad to try out. It's a bit bright, isn't it? Suppose you could always use it, you know, for the rescue services to find you. Wow, look at that. It's the regular one, but it's wide as well. And an R value of 5, which is pretty good. That's if it works. They've been a little bit sneaky though. They don't supply it with a pump sack. So you can either blow it up by mouth, which takes an age because it does hold a lot of air, this pad, or they do want you to buy one of their Flextail pumps. It does double up as a lantern as well, and I've been using these for a while anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. Pretty decent valve as well. Look at the size of this. It's wide and it's thick. So hopefully it's comfy as well. I'll let you know in the morning. Let's go and have a little nosy around the camp. So there's a few of those little camping pods. They look nice. It's not the flattest of fields. I think there's 2 little fields with 5 or 6 of those little pods. Really nice setting though. A few little spots for a camper van. They look a bit bright, don't they? Never seen that on a campsite before. Changing times, eh? That looks alright. Somewhere to wash up as well. Everything you need really. There's no bar or restaurant or anything, but we're camping, aren't we? So all the pictures as well Got local place names. You can either walk on or park the car. Yeah, it's really nice. But the secret sauce is in the location. You are right in the middle of it all. Hathersage, around Stanage Edge. Edale is a stone's throw away, Bamford Edge. It's a great place to base yourself if you want to explore the Peak District. I've got a surprise visitor come to see me. You come to rescue me?
I brought you over here.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, we had no pumpkin.
Oh, thanks. We're going to the pub.
If you want. I'm not really dressed for the pub.
I'm definitely not dressed for the pub. So the choices are, I go back to the campsite and have a dehydrated meal.
Oh, you won't find them anymore.
I know, but
you're weak.
yeah, but I'm weak.
And you don't plan or prepare.
Yeah, but or we can go and have a pub lunch and then go back to the campsite and I get my head down.
I don't mind.
Sounds good to me then.
Cheers.
Cheers. I could have been eating a dehydrated meal now. Thanks, dear.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
See you later.
I'll see you later, darling. Night, sleep tight.
Bye bye.
Don't lie in the bed, Brooks. Bye.
Really enjoyed that. It's just what you need after a long day's hiking. So I've done just over 11 miles today, which is not loads, but it took me over 5 hours. Joe drove here in 20 minutes. Typical. It's raining now. I brought my head torch. I bought the actual torch, but not the strap for it. It's got a little clip on though, so it fits on my cap all right. This pad feels really comfortable. I think I'm going to be alright, but I'm on a little bit of a slant, so I might be sliding out the bottom of the tent in the morning. So today's it's not been about the camping as such, as you can tell. I wanted to get some miles in, so I've got a big multi-day hike coming up in May. Walking for 7 days. A lot of miles. And I need a bit of practice, so I think I'm pretty much dialed in when it comes to my tent and sleeping bag and all that. So I know what kit I need. I haven't really got to worry about that. But being able to put miles in day after day, need a bit of practice, so let's get the old feet warmed up, get the muscles going, and yeah. Today could have easily gone home after the after the pub. A lovely meal at the Fox House in Hathersage. Bit expensive for what it is. It was nice food, but I think it was probably a fiver too much. But it is what it is. Get what you can on a Tuesday night. I hadn't thought about this tent for the big hike, but I didn't notice the weight of it or anything. I don't know what it all weighed, but the sleeping pads is a bit hefty. I think the tent's about 1.7 kilos, something like that, but I do like having all this space. We'll see. Might go with this. I was going to bring the Durst and X-Mid, but Stephen's borrowed that. So yeah, we'll see. I think this has got more lives than a cat, so I brought this out with me 3 times now and not eating it. Whether that's a pot noodle, or couldn't be asked to cook anything, or pub grub at the Fox House. Maybe some things just aren't meant to be. It rained on and off all night, but the dawn chorus from the birds was something special. This sleeping pad, really comfortable. Kept me warm as well. The only thing you got to consider is because it's so thick, it takes up some of the headroom in your tent. So if you've got a low tent, well, it's going to be lower. I think it cost me about 90 quid, and I was cheeky and even used my own discount code. So on the breakfast menu we've got fruitful muesli with milk, an army ration pack meal, courtesy of my mate Finn. I don't know if you get these out of the bag. I'm going to chuck it in the pot after I've made my cuppa. Saves washing up, doing it in the bag. The weather yesterday was so much better than today. Yeah, I do prefer walking with a bit of sun on my back. "11 miles to go. Better get walking." We won't tell anyone if you don't. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.